Hello, my name is Allison DeWonker, and I'm currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I'd like to welcome you to the Ontario Veterinary College Convocation ceremony this morning. I'd like to tell you a little about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are an even brighter color. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me, as well as on the cover of your convocation program, also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links to the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance in agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cognoscere causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the chancellor, president, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars to the chancellor and president by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be recorded on video, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of the event so that family and friends can watch from a distance. The chancellor and president will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. Once all the degrees are conferred and cheered for, the chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for Convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduate students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on all of their successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are gathered here to celebrate them. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons' command, with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Friends, I'd ask you to remain standing as we consider what brought us here today, how we arrived standing to this place and this time. You graduates have journeyed a long way to stand here today. You have completed a successful academic course, and this needs to be marked and celebrated. But it's worth pausing for a moment to remember on whose shoulders we stand, and the work and the teaching and the hard work of others that have also brought us to stand in this place. We remember our First Nations people, and today we acknowledge the Adirondack people on whose traditional territory this University of Guelph stands, and offer our respect to the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationships with them. We pause for a moment to give thanks for those that are literally standing behind us today. Families who have walked with us and in many cases sacrificed for us. We think of friends, old friends perhaps behind us, but new friends that you're standing beside today who have supported you on this journey. Faculty who have taught and challenged you, and administration and support staff who are an essential part of making this university work and keep it beautiful. To all of those, we pause today as we stand here and say, thank you. And as you graduates go forth from this place into your various vocations, take heart and be guided by the great wisdom traditions of humanity. Take with you the words of the prophet Micah, to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly on this good earth. In this life we are blessed to live and blessed to share.
Please be seated. Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, special guests, members of the board, honorary fellows and faculty of the university, families and friends of the graduands and graduands, welcome to the celebration of Convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor of serving as the President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. And I'm privileged today to welcome all of you here to Convocation. I'd like to extend a particular welcome to this morning's special guest, Dr. Bonnie Beaver, who will receive an honorary Doctor of Science degree. Dr. Beaver will be introduced to you formally in a moment. Welcome. As we begin today's convocation ceremony, let me offer a few additional congratulatory remarks. First off, graduands, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done and well deserved. Now, before we go on, graduates, there is a group of individuals here who I'm sure you would agree deserve your special attention. And you heard this referred to during the invocation, and as it happens, they're right behind you, and they are those family members and friends who have supported you from the sidelines throughout your time here at Guelph. So I'm going to invite you all to stand up, turn around, and give a shout out to your family and friends who are here with us today. That's great. Thank you very much. Wish I had a camera up here. It looks great from up here. So in preparing this welcome, I reflected on the address I gave at my installation as President and Vice Chancellor just last fall, actually. And a central part of that message then was about how this university has prepared you, our graduates, for this very moment and for the years that will follow. So let me share with you some of my thoughts from that installation speech last fall. For those who know me, they'll know that I'm an optimist by nature. And in many ways, we are living through what might be remembered as one of the most exciting and important periods throughout history. Our world is being marked by incredible advances in the life sciences and in the physical sciences, in information and communications technology, in the sheer volume of discovery and knowledge. And through all this change, advances in the social sciences, in the arts, and the humanities, they test our belief systems. They challenge our constructs against new and evolving societal contexts. As well, we're seeing isolated disciplines and subject matter coming together in fresh and exciting ways, like music and computer technology, healthcare and robotic engineering, or material sciences and agriculture. More and more, those connections make knowledge more accessible and more abundant than ever. They also effectively shrink the gap between the generation of knowledge on the one hand and the application of knowledge on the other. And in our fast-paced and interconnected world, the distance has narrowed, and it continues to narrow between today and tomorrow. And that, graduates, presents challenges, but it also presents wonderful opportunities for you and for us all. So, what are the human attributes that will allow us to thrive in such dynamic times? Well, let me suggest that they include, among other things, the ability as individuals, and I would say also as a university, for us to adapt and to readapt in a healthy way to uncertainty and change. And by adaptation, I'm not referring here to simply passive habituation. I'm referring to the act of very consciously and deliberately redefining ourselves, rethinking ourselves based on what is going on around us. Now, when faced with change, people adapt. Sometimes we adapt in healthy ways, and sometimes we adapt in less than healthy ways. The opportunity for you, our graduates, is to adapt to change in healthy ways. To undertake thoughtful analysis and that will help you find what I like to call the upside of uncertainty and change. That provides us with hope, provides us with inspiration, and it's the basis for discovery. It's about taking uncertainty and change and turning it into something positive, turning it into something special. Now, you've spent the past few years of your life studying and learning here at the University of Guelph, and an important part of our mission as a university has been to provide our students, you, our graduates, with the tools to successfully adapt and to navigate through the complexities and the dynamics of a modern society. We've tried to help instill an ability to adapt to, and I would say to indeed thrive in, tomorrow's ever-changing world. Your experience at the University of Guelph has prepared you for exactly that. In your years here, you've had the opportunity to learn, to witness world-renowned breakthroughs, and to grow personally. And what you've learned here, I would suggest, goes well beyond the learning of subject matter strictly, and towards the process of learning, learning to learn, mental nimbleness, adaptation, and creativity. As successful graduates, many of you will blend knowledge, mixing and matching ideas from separate disciplines. And your years here at Guelph have given you the creative skills as well as the analytical skills to apply that knowledge in innovative ways. So, as you enter this next very exciting phase and stage of your own lives, I encourage you all to draw on your University of Guelph experiences as learners, but also as members, I would suggest, of a very special community, and to bring the very best you have to offer to every experience you encounter. Embrace the opportunities that arrive. Look to create your own opportunities. And importantly, dare to dream. Dare to dream and to reach for an even higher sense of purpose. And find new and fresh ways to take what you've learned here to engage with and make a difference in your world. So thank you all very, very much, and congratulations. Wonderful day for you. All the best.
Mr. Chancellor. On the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it is a great honor to present to you the candidate, Bonnie Beaver, for the degree of Science, Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Dr. Bonnie Beaver is a passionate champion of animal welfare who has devoted her career to challenging veterinarians to take a greater leadership role in advocating for animal health and well-being. A professor in the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biological Sciences at Texas A&M University, Dr. Beaver is internationally renowned for her pioneering work in animal behavior, welfare, and the human-animal bond. The executive director of the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists and author of more than 200 scientific articles, she has published 9 books on animal behavior and has delivered hundreds of presentations and seminars to veterinary students and veterinary practitioners, as well as general audiences. Throughout her career, Bonnie has been dedicated to advancing her profession through lifelong learning. She was a driving force in gaining recognition for certified clinical specialties in veterinary behavior and animal welfare, playing key roles in launching the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists in the early 1990s and the American College of Animal Welfare a decade later. Driven by her passion for teaching, she has been an influential force at the national and international levels. She has served as the president of the American Veterinary Medical Association and on a variety of professional and public policy advisory committees. Dr. Beaver has received many accolades for her achievements. In 2013, she was one of 12 legends of veterinary medicine, profiled for substantial contributions to the profession in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association in honor of the American Veterinary Medical Association's 150th anniversary. As an educator, leader, and advocate, Bonnie Beaver has helped make the world a better place for animals and for people. Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to request that you confer upon Bonnie Beaver the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science. Congratulations, Bonnie. I am pleased to invite Dr. Bonnie Beaver to now give the convocation address.
Colleagues and friends, well, this is the day you've been waiting for a long time. And it's a time that you will remember always. And you are sitting there thinking, I hope this bozo doesn't drone on forever. The best commencement I ever attended was my own. It was my own veterinary graduation, not because it was mine, but because of what happened. It was part of one of the entire University of Minnesota's graduations held on the field of the football stadium. The speaker never spoke, and it was probably the shortest one on record. The students marched in. Just as the university president started to address the new graduates, a dark cloud rolled in. The president, in his eternal wisdom, said, "I hereby confer your degrees, take off." And we did, just as the rain broke loose. You today will not be so lucky. Instead, I will share with you a few things about this profession and the animals we serve. As graduates, today marks the day you have looked forward to, although with some trepidation, to really begin using the knowledge and skills you have acquired during the past 4 years. Your veterinary college experience will be remembered as the slowest days and fastest years. Yet they are the times that you will talk about forever. Someday, you will figure out why we, your teachers, would fondly comment about, well, when I was in school, even though when I was in school was probably in your dark ages. As family and friends, you celebrate the graduation of your loved ones and are looking forward to getting the bums off your payroll, but with a great deal of well-deserved pride. It is said that if you see a turtle on a fence post, you know it didn't get there by itself. No one accomplishes what these fine young people have without strong support of family and friends. Their educational journey was not easy. Only those who have been through it or supported them appreciate the depth of that statement. On behalf of my veterinary colleagues, I extend a sincere thanks to you for allowing them to join our profession. And to my faculty colleagues of this great institution, I add my congratulations to you for a job well done. As teachers, we will look forward to this day with pride and with the knowledge that the students have accomplished great wisdom and are able to meet new challenges. We know we leave the profession in capable, compassionate hands. The profession you enter today as a new graduate is changing faster than at any time in its history. Let me show you how far our profession has come just during my career. It began with a high school counselor who told me girls cannot be veterinarians, to being one of 2 women in my veterinary class, to job offers of significantly less money than my male colleagues were offered. Since then, I have received invitations to present seminars around the world, and on 9/11, I watched BBC and CNN in room 911 of the Intercontinental Hotel in Rio de Janeiro, where I was presenting a paper on dog bite prevention. 10 years ago, a little girl from rural Minnesota, who couldn't be a veterinarian, became the president of the American Veterinary Medical Association. The profession is changing. As our world continues to shrink, the globalization of veterinary medicine gives us opportunities to serve in ways that are still being identified. Veterinarians are working on Ebola virus outbreaks, helping ensure food safety for the military around the world, identifying foreign animal diseases like West Nile and monkeypox, helping in earthquake and hurricane-ravaged countries, flying as astronauts to the International Space Station, and trying to prevent flu pandemics from developing in Southeast Asia. Your educational experience is envied by our colleagues around the world. Another challenge for the class of 2015 will be agro and bioterrorism. After a simulation exercise of the introduction of foot and mouth disease, The United States Secretary of Agriculture told the AVMA president, "We know that veterinarians will be among the first responders to acts of bioterrorism. Not only will we be dependent on first responders to control the outbreak, we will be very dependent on veterinarians to be able to educate the public about what is going on." Back in the dark ages, we would roll our eyes at the mere mention of a foreign animal disease. They only existed some other place. Now, that other world is coming to be used against us. We will be facing challenges from within our borders as well. Lawyers want our money. PETA and other animal rights groups want our animals. In her book, In the Shadow of Man, Jane Goodall writes about her chimpanzee studies at Gombe Stream in Tanzania. She tells of a moving experience with David Graybeard, patriarch of the chimp group. Quote, "One day, as I was sitting near him, I picked up a ripe palm nut and held it out to him in my open hand. He turned his head away. When I moved my hand closer, he looked at it and then looked at me. He took the fruit and at the same time held my hand firmly and gently in his own. At that moment, there was no need of any scientific knowledge to understand his communication of reassurance. The soft pressure of his fingers spoke to me, not through my intellect, but through a more primitive emotional channel. The barrier of untold centuries, which had grown up during the separate evolution of man and chimpanzee, was, for those few seconds, broken down. It was a reward far beyond my greatest hopes." End quote. It is amazing to me that it took this learned individual such an experience to realize the depth of the human-animal bond. We are blessed to know this interspecies communication on a daily basis. The dog that lies next to a grieving widow, the cat who sleeps with a child, the horse who puts his head down for a gentle pat. Our lives have been so greatly enriched by the animals around us, it becomes our responsibility to enrich their lives as well. The human-animal bond, unfortunately, is also a double-edged sword. Animals are often called family members, which of course attracts vultures who want to make owners into guardians, and others who want to sue for intangibles like emotional distress. Until that owner is willing to pay the veterinarian an amount equal to that paid a surgeon, anesthesiologist, and hospital for a human ovarial hysterectomy, an animal is not really unequal. While there are owners who are willing to pay anything for their animal, most put limits on the spending. Some of the most dangerous terrorists are active in our two countries under the broad category of animal rightists. They claim they know more about animal welfare than anyone else, yet they are willing to introduce foot and mouth disease to get people to eat less meat. Free laboratory-raised white rabbits into the woods, and bomb research facilities studying major human and animal diseases. Their ultimate agenda is total liberation of animals from humans. Some of these rightists have good intentions, but do not understand the issues they are ultimately promoting. For example, in an email I received, the writer wanted AVMA to change its position on forced molting of chickens and confinement of farrowing sows. Yet when talked to by phone, that individual really did not know what the AVMA position was, had never been on either a poultry or pig farm, and did not understand that the alternative to the natural process of molting was death. Ask a chicken which it would rather have. She was not aware what education veterinarians had to make us more qualified to make welfare decisions. This person is not unusual. An electron microscopist I worked with saw his first cow when he was 19 years old, and the cow was in the Bronx Zoo. That does happen here too, in Toronto, Quebec, and other large metropolitan areas. These are the people the extreme animal rightists encourage to carry their banner. These are the people we must educate about veterinary medicine. Albert Krieger was a neighbor of my childhood home in Maple Plain, Minnesota, and he was a dairy farmer. I used to spend a lot of time on his farm, eagerly learning what he would teach me. One night, he accidentally left a half-full pail of milk sitting out after feeding his calves. A little green frog jumped in and found itself trapped inside the pail. The milk was too deep to touch the bottom, but not deep enough for the little green frog to reach the top. The little frog would push with its powerful legs again and again, but just could never quite get over the top. But this little frog kept trying, higher one time, lower the next, trying and trying. Hour after hour, he used his remaining strength to try for his goal. Then morning came. Mr. Krieger saw the pail, and when he went to get it, he saw the little green frog sitting on a pat of butter made through all his hard paddling. Fellow frogs, today we celebrate one of many pats of butter you will make during your lifetime. As we now progress from the learning phase to the practice phase of veterinary medicine, it is important for you to reflect back on what your province, your university, and your college has given you. You have the tenacity, determination, wisdom, and compassion to be successful in whatever aspects of this wonderful profession you enter. Just as you must pay back money owed on educational loans, you need to pay back your profession for what has been given to you by those who have built it over the years. We are a small profession. Every veterinarian in the United States, every veterinarian in the United States can fit in any major U.S. university football stadium with room left over. That makes every voice important. Veterinary medicine is a caring profession. We care for our patients and their owners. We care for our students, communities, and profession. The University of Guelph has a long history of making significant contributions to the progress of veterinary medicine by providing leadership at local, provincial, and national levels. Graduates are also leaders in education and in civic organizations. I challenge you to continue the tradition of previous Guelph graduates by being the example of what it really means to be a professional, and by giving back to veterinary medicine so that those who follow you will be able to enter a profession and make the world better than the one you are about to join. Remember the little green frog. It is my pleasure to congratulate you on your accomplishments and wish you all the very best, personally and professionally. Thank you.
for her thoughtful, entertaining, and inspirational address. Please join me in thanking newly minted U of G Dr. Bonnie Beaver. And now on to today's business. Will the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will members of the graduating class please be seated?
Good morning, graduates and proud family and friends of the graduates. I'm sure you'll be excited, perhaps a little relieved, certainly happy to see your graduate walk across the stage and be greeted by our Chancellor and President. And you may want to express your emotions in some audible manner. This is fine. Please go ahead. But may we ask that the general audience hold your collective applause until after the presentation of each of the degree programs, and we will give you the cue. Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College, that they may be admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. May Pham. Derek Yu. Congratulations to our Doctor of Philosophy graduates. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the Ontario Veterinary College, that she may be admitted to the degree Master of Biomedical Sciences. Alexandra Sabrina Caruso. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College, that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Public Health. Ama Asabia Asare. Harshani Dabir. Stephen Lamb. Jessica Liu. Christiani Mesquita. Rochelle Parcels. Shanam Sharifzadeh. Bairuvi Sivarar Malignum. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Science. Brandon Robert Reed. Alexandra Lee Swirsky. Tasha Renee Welch. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our master's graduates.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College that they may be admitted to the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Chelsea Margaret Allen. Caitlin Nicole Ballman, with distinction. Devin Carolyn Barnes, with distinction. Tristan Barron, with distinction. Megan Amy Arabella Barrett, with distinction. Jennifer Elise Bassendale. Kayla Marie Beetham. Evan Malcolm William Blaney Bell. Natasha Besse Torfs. Emma Alexandra Bukowski, with distinction. Jody Boyd, with distinction. Aaron Brannigan. Michael Brown. Stephen James Brown. Rebecca Marie Call, with distinction. Stephanie Lynn Campbell Heron. Adam John Campigato, with distinction. Kanwar Chahal, with distinction. Lisa Rose Carty. Po-Yang Chang. Emily Lynn Chris, with distinction. David Mark Clarkson, with distinction. Tamara Michelle Cohen, with distinction. Michelle DaCosta. Jacob Davis, with distinction. Michelle Emily DePath. Bradley David DeWolf, with distinction. Randy Doe. Heather Megan Donahue, with distinction. Kyle Gordon Elias. Tyler John Elliott. A. Hillary Esden, with distinction. Kelly Ann Fox. Shannon Kylie French. Dana Funnel, with distinction. Suzanne Elizabeth Gallant, with distinction. Brooke Terrellyn Gilmer, with distinction. Andrea Jillian Gordon. Christopher John Greenwood, with distinction. Carolyn Beverly Gregg, with distinction. Leah Lynn Griffith, with distinction. Justin Nicholas Gay. Kayla Elaine Goose, with distinction. Christine Antoinette Goucher, with distinction. Kelly Nicole Haggett, with distinction. Patricia Lynn Margaret Harris, with distinction. Taylor Caitlin Herbart. Asha Catherine Hoffland. Michelle Holmes, with distinction. Lauren Hounsell, with distinction. Julia Michelle Hughes. Carol Mingmei Hung, with distinction. Sabrina Iliopoulos, with distinction. Jema Zutha. Erin Elizabeth Canerva, with distinction. Sarah Hannah Kramer, with distinction. Madeline Chingji Kwan. Ferenc Kunst. Griselda Lamb. Dana Meredith Lemoyne, with distinction. Kathy Kake Lung, with distinction. Tatke Dominic Lee. Melissa Lowe, with distinction. Terry Ann Lowe, with distinction. Natasha Kim Loy-Sin, with distinction. Charlotte McDonald, with distinction. Patrick Wesley McCrae, with distinction. Caitlin Patricia Madge. Joseph Eric Alexander Mershonda. Kaylee Marine Marinac. Melissa Marquis, with distinction. Christian A. McFarland. Andrew Gerard McGlinchey. Andrea Dawn Moffett. Samantha Molson, with distinction. Leah Renee Montgomery, with distinction. Vishal Dilip Murthy, with distinction. Sarah Ayesha Nazir. Catherine Anna Neneker. Elizabeth Newell. Okay. Cheryl Lynn Osso. Lindsay Catherine Oxby, with distinction. Stephanie Hannah Pelka. Allison Grace Pender, with distinction. Stephanie Patricia Pierre, with distinction. Jacqueline Ann Poslins, with distinction. John Paul Prudenti. Lauren Elizabeth Reiser. Christy Yvonne Ryan. Brittany Elizabeth Scass. Elizabeth Ann Scholl, with distinction. Sarah Kristen Schroeder, with distinction. Carly Marie Segrist, with distinction. Patricia Ann Seaton, with distinction. Congratulations. Jeremy Joseph Shaba. Clark Brian Edgar Sinclair. Francesca Small, with distinction. Elissa Noel Steinbach, with distinction. Nicole Lynette Stone, with distinction. Victoria Francis Stasinski, with distinction. Jana Teitelbaum, with distinction. John David Thaler, with distinction. Devin Elise Thompson, with distinction. Mary E. Thompson, with distinction. Gordon Charles Thompson. Nathan Tyndall. Emily Velacoop. Eric Vishnevsky. Taika van Konigslo. Christy Walker. Jennifer Wan, with distinction. Lauren Colleen Wilson. Caitlin Elizabeth Wise, with distinction. Sheena Wing-See Wong, with distinction. Stephanie Yates. Would you please join me in giving a hand to all of the students? I have to revise that. You're no longer students. It's give them a hand to all of the new veterinarians. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I would like to ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduands listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduands not present.
Well, graduates, you did it. Congratulations. Well done.
Can you do the oath first?
Yes. So let me invite Dr. Stone now to do the oath. Dr. Stone.
Thank you. Well, congratulations to the class of 2015 Scarlet Stags. I will have to comment that, as you know, I'm also finishing my term as dean, and what you did in 4 years has taken me 10 years, so congratulations. You are now completing your degree. You are joining a noble profession, and I will soon ask you to stand and read the veterinarian's oath. It is found on the first page of your program. But first, I'd like to spend a few moments talking about what the oath means. It starts off with, as a member of the veterinary medical profession, I solemnly swear that I will use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society. Well, what is meant by society? It includes professional organizations, your classmates, those that come before you and after you. It also includes clients. Those can be animal owners, patients that benefit from your discoveries, people and animals having safe food, and maybe even Mother Nature herself. The word society emphasizes the role of veterinarians in the world at large. As our OVC motto states, the craft of the veterinarian is for the good of the nation. It goes on to say, I will strive to promote animal health and welfare. This emphasizes health promotion. You are well-trained in preventive medicine, how to identify disease trends, how to look for diseases. You've learned about the welfare of animals and how to develop protocols and policies to improve their welfare. And then it says, prevent and relieve animal suffering. And this is whether this suffering is caused by the ravages of disease, the loss of habitat from deterioration of the environment, or the neglect of an owner. Protect the health of the public and environment. Whether you are in private practice, working as a public official, or within industry, you are a respected professional, a respected health professional. Learn how to make your opinions and viewpoints be heard. And I don't think this class is going to have too much problem with letting your viewpoints be heard. Advance comparative medical knowledge. The comparative aspects of your education are quite unique. From your first days as a veterinary student, you learn the similarities and the differences of many different species, both as individuals and as populations. Always value your ability to solve problems and find solutions by taking into account the entire ecosystem. And then the oath says, I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. Most of the hard decisions that you make in your life, the decisions about right and wrong, are done with yourself as the only witness. Your ethical compass will guide you. It guided you during your days at OVC and will continue to guide you throughout your career. And then it says, I will strive continuously to improve my professional knowledge and competence and to maintain the highest professional and ethical standards for myself and the profession. Your learning curve over the last 4 years was very steep, and you will continue to learn the rest of your life. Figure out how you best learn. It's now up to you, and how you can help others do the same. The public has ever-increasing expectations of our abilities. You'll gain knowledge from continuing education, from your colleagues, from your clients, from your patients, and you'll continue to be humbled by what you learn. So all of us in the OVC community and the University of Guelph, students, faculty, and staff, we wish you great success. And now, I will ask our newest veterinarians from the class of OVC 2015 to stand and face the audience, and all other veterinarians on the platform and in the audience to stand and join me in reciting the veterinarian's oath. So all of you veterinarians in the audience, if you would stand. And we'll read this in unison, but not race through it. The veterinarian's oath. As a member of the veterinary medical profession, I solemnly swear that I will use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society. I will strive to promote animal health and welfare, prevent and relieve animal suffering, protect the health of the public and environment, and advance comparative medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I will strive continuously to improve my professional knowledge and competence and to maintain the highest professional and ethical standards for myself and the profession. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Well, congratulations again, graduates. What a wonderful day this has been. And as you can imagine, we at the University of Guelph are all extremely proud of your accomplishments here and are very interested, of course, to see how the foundations that you've developed here as a student will continue to support you in the future. And we want to make sure that you know that we'd like to celebrate your achievements and successes as well, and do hope that you stay in touch. And remember that you're always welcome here. And although you are a student for a relatively short time, you're a Griffin forever, so stay in touch with your alma mater. Now, before departing this morning, I'd like to acknowledge the contributions of Dr. Elizabeth Stone, who steps down this year after 10 years as Dean of the Ontario Veterinary College. Elizabeth has led the college through significant growth in facilities and in programs, and strengthened the college's reputation for world-class research and teaching innovation. This spring, the Ontario Veterinary College was ranked 4th in the world and tops in Canada in a global ranking of veterinary schools. The college has also earned the highest placing of any Canadian school in all categories in that ranking, that placing assesses academic reputation, employer reputation, and research impact. Now, at the time when the ranking came out, Elizabeth, our dean, called the ranking a tribute to the high quality of faculty, staff, and students in the college, and a testament to the relevance of the college's work to the health of animals, people, and the environment. And it is absolutely that. But I would also say that the high marks for the Ontario Veterinary College is also a testament to Elizabeth's forward-looking leadership and impact over the past 10 years. And Elizabeth, I have to say at a more personal level that it's been an absolute delight getting to know you this year and working with you. You know, the college has been in terrific hands, and you've really created a sustainable platform for the future that looks extremely bright for the college. So congratulations, and thank you, Dr. Stone. Now, this brings me to the convocation portion of the ceremony to a close. The beadle and the piper will lead out the chancellor, the provost, and me. And if you graduates, faculty, and family could please remain seated, Associate Dean Peter Conlon will open the awards ceremony right after our departure. Now, following the awards ceremony, Elizabeth Stone will also host a reception for all the graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall. And this really is an opportunity to congratulate the graduates, and we do hope that you can arrange to attend. And now, once you've taken all the photographs you require, graduates, if I could ask just one favor, a little bit of housekeeping here, if you could please return your gowns and hoods to the tent outside. Sometimes there's a tendency of just, you keep going, but if you could hang a right and drop off the hoods and gowns, that would be much appreciated. So once again, congratulations. What a terrific day. I'm absolutely delighted for all of you. It's been wonderful. And now, as tradition has it, the final word of the convocation ceremony is from our Chancellor.
Let us all remember the little green frog. Convocation is dismissed.
Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin the DVM Awards ceremony shortly. Since this is a ceremony for the DVM graduates, the student graduates and their supporters may choose to retire, if you like, at this point, or stay in and enjoy the celebration with us. It's up to you. No. Evan, you have to stay. Okay. 2 seconds. It's the same 2 seconds as waiting for a final exam to start. Feels very long. Oh. They're worth waiting for, believe me. Okay. Good afternoon, Dean Stone, Dr. Beaver, members of the faculty and staff, fellow veterinarians, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ontario Veterinary College's Convocation Awards ceremony. I am Peter Conlon and have the great pleasure of being the Associate Dean of Students at the OVC. In our ceremony today, we are recognizing members of the OVC community who have made outstanding contributions to it. They are being honored for a wide range of accomplishments, staff and faculty for their teaching and research skills, and our new graduates for their academic prowess and their contributions to the betterment of the college and the profession. Just a few housekeeping details before we begin. Please look on the program to see if you are a recipient or a presenter when your award is coming up. If the presenters and recipients would please rendezvous on the stage to my right, receive our congratulations, and then smile for the camera as our photographer will preserve the moment for posterity. If I don't announce an award that is in the program, it is because the recipient was unable to be here today to receive their award. The first award today is the Catherine Elizabeth Long DVM Memorial Prize. It is presented in memory of Catherine Long, OVC 1988. This award is given to a graduate who is elected by his or her classmates as a person who strives most consistently to apply the highest standards of veterinary knowledge and skill while showing concern for animals' comfort and welfare. Dr. Rob Butler from the class of OVC 1988, a classmate of Dr. Long and owner of the Guelph Animal Hospital, presents this award to Dr. Julia Hughes. There. See, it's very easy. The Dr. D.J. McClellan Prize is given in memory of Dr. McClellan, the class of OVC 1917, who practiced in Woodville, Ontario in the early 1920s and then entered the Federal Veterinary Inspection Service, from which he retired in the 50s. Dr. McClellan worked for the Ontario Racing Commission and created this award for the highest standing in courses dealing with equine contagious diseases. Dr. Joanne Hewson from the class of OVC 1996 and the representative from Clinical Studies on the OVC Awards Committee presents this award to Dr. Samantha Molson. The Jean McDougall Primary Healthcare Prize. The estate of the late Jean McDougall provides this annual prize as determined by the Director, Veterinarians, and Staff of the Hills Pet Nutrition Primary Healthcare Center. The recipient will have consistently demonstrated exceptional skills in providing preventive and wellness health care to companion animals and their owners as a team member in the Primary Healthcare Center. Dr. Shannon Gowland, class of OVC 1995 and a veterinarian in the Primary Healthcare Center, presents this award to Dr. Jacqueline Poslins. The F.W. Schofield Prize in Pathology was established in recognition of Dr. Schofield's contributions to the field of veterinary pathology, and it is presented to the graduate with the highest ranking in pathology. Dr. Schofield, who graduated from OVC in 1910, was a renowned humanitarian and researcher. He taught pathology and bacteriology at the college and made several important discoveries, including work underlying the development of anticoagulant drugs. Dr. Jeff Caswell, class of OVC 1999 and a faculty member in pathobiology, presents this award to Dr. Emma Borkowski. The American College of Veterinary Radiology Senior Student Award is given to a student who excels in clinical radiology during their companion animal hospital rotation and who shows outstanding enthusiasm and understanding in diagnostic and therapeutic radiology. Dr. Stephanie Niekamp from the class of OVC 1997, who is an associate professor of radiology and also the associate dean clinical program at the college and an honorary class president of this class, presents the award to Dr. Aaron Carnerva. The following two awards in the area of ophthalmology are presented by Dr. Chantal Pinar, who graduated from OVC in 1993. She is a veterinary ophthalmologist and faculty member in the Department of Clinical Studies. The first award, the American College of Veterinary Ophthalmologists Annual Award, recognizes excellent knowledge, interest, and aptitude in ophthalmology during the companion animal rotation. Dr. Sheena Wong is the recipient of this award. Dr. Pinard presents the Aventex Animal Health Prize in Ophthalmology for the graduate with the greatest proficiency in the ophthalmology rotation. The recipient, Dr. Patricia Seaton. The Aventex Animal Health Prize in Dentistry is presented to the graduate with the greatest proficiency in dentistry. It is presented by Ms. Carly O'Brien, Senior Development Manager for OVC, and Dr. Caitlin Ballman is the recipient. The Dr. Wendy Parker Prize in Clinical Dermatology is sponsored by Aventex for the greatest achievement in the dermatology rotation. It is presented by Dr. Wendy Parker, class of OVC 1971, and a retired professor in the Department of Clinical Studies. Dr. Ferenc Kunst is the recipient of this award. And Dr. Parker presents the American Academy of Veterinary Dermatology Award for a student who excels in clinical dermatology. Dr. Mary Thompson is the recipient. The American College of Veterinary Surgeons Awards are presented to graduates judged to show the most interest in academic and clinical proficiency in surgery. One award is given for large animals and one in small animals. Dr. Amit Singh, a faculty surgeon in the Department of Clinical Studies, presents these awards to Dr. Devin Thompson, large animals, and Dr. Dominic Lee, companion animals. These Zoetis prizes are for proficiency in large animal medicine and proficiency in small animal medicine. Dr. Megan Wambach, OVC 1998, who is the manager of veterinary services, companion animal for Zoetis, presents these awards to Dr. Leah Griffith for large animals, Dr. Andrew McGlinchey for companion animals. The next award is named for Dr. W.J.R. Fowler from the class of OVC 1899, who was an OVC faculty member who clearly loved his job because he taught at the college for 55 years. He was renowned for his skill in surgery, and this award is given for highest proficiency in equine medicine and surgery. Dr. Don Trout, Associate Professor, Large Animal Surgery in the Department of Clinical Studies, who also loves his job, presents this award to Dr. Jeremy Shaba. The next 3 awards are based on the veterinary externship course, which occurs in the summer between 3rd and 4th years of the DVM program. The OVC 75 prize in memory of Aki Sassage was established by his classmates and colleagues. It is given to the graduate with the highest standing in the veterinary externship course. Dr. Roger Thompson, member of the class of OVC 1975, gives this award to Dr. Stephanie Pierre. The Dr. Jonathan Bloom OVC 93 Ambassadorial Prize is presented for initiative and motivation in an elective or externship experience in veterinary medicine outside of OVC. The recipient is selected based on the evaluation by the elective host and the manner in which the college and the profession were represented. Dr. Jonathan Bloom, a clinician at Willowdale Animal Hospital in Toronto, presents this award to Dr. Terry Lowe. The Dr. Jack Lang Memorial Prize is named for Dr. Lang, a member of the class of OVC 1971. He was an equine practitioner in Trenton, Ontario, and it recognizes the best externship case report dealing with an equine clinical condition. Dr. Wendy Parker, also a member of the class of 1971, presents this award to Dr. Leah Griffith. The Dr. R.A. Curtis Bovine Award recognizes the significant contributions to bovine practice made by Dr. Curtis, who was a faculty member both here at OVC and at the Atlantic Veterinary College in Charlottetown. He was a pioneer in his profession, and he introduced many of the concepts of herd health practice in North America. This award is presented to the graduate with high academic standing, excellent clinical competence, and demonstrated interest in bovine medicine. Dr. Ken Bateman, class of OVC 1981 and college professor emeritus from the Department of Population Medicine, presents this award to Dr. Brittany Scass. The next award, the Hills Buddy Prize. In 1943, a veterinarian, Dr. Mark Morris, proposed that some diseases in pets could be managed through carefully formulated diets, which was quite advanced thinking at the time. A young man named Morris Frank asked Dr. Morris if anything could be done to save his guide dog, Buddy, who was suffering from kidney failure, hence the name of the award. The result of Dr. Morris's efforts was the nutritional formulation that would become the world's first pet food designed to help dogs with kidney disease. This award is presented for exhibiting the greatest interest, knowledge, and proficiency in clinically applying nutritional knowledge to the treatment and management of diseases of companion animals. Dr. Robert Van Delst, OVC 1995, National Customer Development Manager at Hills Pet Nutrition, presents this award to Dr. Jody Boyd. The Ontario Association of Bovine Practitioners Prize is given for proficiency in bovine herd health management and an interest in bovine practice. Dr. Chris Church, class of OVC 2000, who is the president of the Ontario Association of Bovine Practitioners, presents this award to Dr. Chelsea Allen. The American Association of Feline Practitioners Prize is awarded to a graduate showing great aptitude in feline medicine and surgery. Dr. Shannon Gowland presents this award to Dr. Mary Thompson. The following two awards recognize excellence in critical care and are presented by Dr. Shane Bateman, OVC 1998, a faculty member in the Department of Clinical Studies who is in the Emergency and Critical Care Service. The Veterinary Emergency and Critical Care Society Award recognizes a graduate who displays extraordinary commitment and proficiency in emergency and critical care. Dr. Natasha Loisin is the recipient of this award. Paws for the Cause, a Toronto-based organization that helps pay for surgeries that dogs need but their owners can't always afford, has established the Chloe Award in Canine Critical Care, which recognizes a graduating DVM who has excelled in the area of canine critical care during the small animal intensive care rotation. And Dr. Bateman presents this award to Dr. Alyssa Steinbach. In honor of Dr. Jim Bell from Bellbrae Animal Hospital, the Featherson Charitable Foundation has established this next award. OVC faculty members nominate students based on their demonstration of compassion and dedication to their small animal patients. From among the nominees, their classmates choose the award recipient based on a willingness to mentor others, the ability to work well individually and within a team, self-motivation, and the willingness to accept a challenge. Dr. Jim Mitchell, class of OVC 1972, presents this award to Dr. Julia Hughes. In memory of her beloved bull mastiff, Rune, Heather Spratt established the Rune Memorial Book Prize in Cardiology. This prize is for the graduate with the highest academic standing in the small animal cardiology rotation. Dr. Lynn O'Sullivan, Associate Professor in Cardiology in the Department of Clinical Studies, presents the award to Dr. Caitlin Ballman. It is actually a book, and a big one at that, by the look of it. There's a lot to know in cardiology. The Veterinary Cancer Society Bob Rosenthal Senior Student Award was created to commemorate Dr. Rosenthal, a veterinary specialist in internal medicine, oncology, and radiation oncology, who taught at the universities of Illinois and Wisconsin. The award recognizes a graduate who is deemed to have outstanding aptitude for and competence in the diagnosis, treatment, and general care of companion animals affected by cancer. Dr. Paul Woods, OVC class of 1985, who is a professor of internal medicine and oncology in the Department of Clinical Studies at OVC and co-director of the University of Guelph Institute for Comparative Cancer Investigation, presents the award to Dr. Andrew McGlinchey. The American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine has created 3 awards to recognize graduates who demonstrate outstanding knowledge and clinical skills in internal medicine and who reflect the mission of the ACVIM, which is to enhance animal and human health, by advancing veterinary internal medicine through training, education, and discovery. Dr. Woods presents the American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine Certificates of Clinical Excellence to Dr. Samantha Molson for Clinical Excellence in Large Animal Internal Medicine, Dr. Christopher Greenwood for Clinical Excellence in Small Animal Internal Medicine, and Dr. Vishal Murthy for Excellence in Small Animal Neurology. The Holstein Association of Canada Prize recognizes the graduate who demonstrates the greatest proficiency in bovine medicine and health management. Mr. Gerald Schipper, Holstein Canada National Director, presents this award to Dr. Brooke Gilmer. The Summit Veterinary Pharmacy Prize in Clinical Pharmacology was created to recognize a graduate who's exhibited superior performance in the field of clinical pharmacology. Dr. Brandon Wren, who is the Senior Managing Pharmacist at Summit Veterinary Pharmacy, presents this award to Dr. Elizabeth Scholl. The American College of Veterinary Pathologists recognizes a graduate with outstanding achievement, proficiency, and interest in veterinary pathology through this award, which is presented by Dr. Dorothy Beansley, class of OVC 1988, and a professor in the Department of Pathobiology. And the award is presented to Dr. Emma Borkowski. The International Veterinary Academy of Pain Management Prize is presented annually to a graduate selected by faculty and staff who has achieved distinction among his or her peers in the area of animal pain management through academic prowess and by demonstrating the proper understanding of analgesics and analgesic modalities. Dr. Carol Matthews, a classmate of mine in the class of OVC 1980, who are celebrating our 35th year since graduation this year, and a professor emerita from the Department of Clinical Studies and president-elect of the International Veterinary Academy of Pain Management, presents this award to Dr. Julia Hughes. The American Association of Equine Practitioners Frank J. Milne Memorial Prize, named for Dr. Milne, who was an OVC faculty member from 1953 to 1984 and who was president of the AAEP in 1971. It is presented to a graduate with excellent skills in large animal surgery. Dr. Don Trout, Department of Clinical Studies, presents this award to Dr. Marissa Markey. Sometimes it's better, I just don't know what he's doing over there. The College of Veterinarians of Ontario Prize. The CVO is the licensing body for veterinarians in the province. It also ensures that the public interest is protected. This award is given to a graduate chosen by their classmates who has been active in OVC and university affairs. Ms. Jan Robinson, who is the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer for the College of Veterinarians of Ontario, presents this award to Dr. Devin Barnes. The Dr. Bob Hayes Memorial Prize was created in memory of Dr. Hayes, the graduate of the class of OVC 1978, who was a large animal practitioner and well-respected and highly valued veterinarian in the field of food safety and animal welfare, and who held senior positions with the Canadian Food Inspection Agency and the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture and Food. The award was established by his family to recognize his commitment to veterinary medicine. It is presented to a graduate from the food animal stream of Phase 4 who demonstrates involvement in and knowledge about food safety issues in veterinary medicine. We're very pleased that Dr. Hayes' children, Dr. Aaron Hayes, class of OVC 2014, and Mr. Sean Hayes are here to present this award to Dr. Chelsea Allen. The Dr. W.J. Stinson Scholarship honors Dr. Stinson, who graduated from OVC in 1940, and it was established on his retirement from practice in Perth, Ontario in 1977. The award is given for proficiency in bovine reproduction and obstetrics in relation to large animal practice. Dr. Carrie Lismore, class of OVC 1984 and the Associate Dean Academic of OVC, presents this award to Dr. Lindsay Oxby. The next award, the Mary L. Incorporated Prize of Merit in Feline Medicine, is presented for proficiency in small animal medicine with particular aptitude in feline medicine and patient care. Dr. Fran Rotondo, Technical Service Veterinarian at Mary L. Animal Health, presents this award to Dr. Griselda Lamb. The Grey Bruce Farmers Week Prize was established to recognize new veterinarians entering practice in Grey or Bruce counties working with food animals. Grey Bruce Farmers Week is a 6-day agricultural conference, and 2015 marks its 49th year of educational programming. Mr. Leo Lozerite, chair of the Grey Bruce Farmers Week, presents this award to Dr. Victoria Stasinski. The Beloved Friends Prize honors Missy, the McBride family dog, who died in 1985 at the grand age of 20. It is presented for kindness and care in the treatment of animals in the medicine and surgery clinics at OVC. Dr. Shigeto Yamashiro, a professor emeritus from the Department of Biomedical Sciences, and the second of this class's honorary class presidents, presents this award to Dr. Julia Hughes. The Dr. Samuel Downing Stirk Memorial Prize is in honor of Dr. Stirk, who was and is presented to a graduate with the best diagnostic ability in large animals. Dr. Samuel Stirk was born on a farm in Roslyn, Ontario, in Hastings County, and he graduated from OVC at age 20 in 1912. He began a veterinary practice in Brampton, Ontario, and practiced there for 66 years. 2015 plus 66. You do the math. He was a mentor to many young veterinarians in his long career, and many of them went on to become highly respected in the profession. We're really pleased to have Dr. Stirk's grandson, Mr. John Stirk, here to present the award. The recipient is Dr. Christine Gutcher. The Ontario Pork Producers Marketing Board Prize is presented to the graduate who is the most proficient in the study of swine diseases and in the health management and welfare of swine. Mr. John de Bruin, board member of Ontario Pork, presents this award to Dr. Lauren Wilson. The Small Ruminant Veterinarians of Ontario established this next prize to recognize a graduate who exhibits great competence and interest in small ruminant medicine. Dr. Chris Bushbeck, OVC 1999, who is the president of the Small Ruminant Veterinarians of Ontario, presents this award to Dr. Bradley DeWolf. The Ontario Veterinary Medical Association, Erie Veterinary Association Herd Health and Population Medicine Prize is the next award. The OVMA is the organization that represents veterinarians and our interests in the province. This award is presented to the graduate with the highest average in health management courses. Dr. Mark Gemmell, OVC 1993, who is the president of the Ontario Veterinary Medical Association, presents this award to Dr. Lindsay Oxby. Dr. Molly Carrington was an intern in the OVC Small Animal Clinic when she died in 1981 of cancer. This award was initiated by the class of OVC 1978, and it is presented in memory of their classmate. It is given to a graduate who has demonstrated high standards of care and compassion for small animal patients. It is presented by Ms. Sue Kinsella, Animal Health Technician, Small Animal Surgery in the Health Sciences Center. Why was that so hard to say? And the third honorary class president of the Scarlet Stags. And the recipient of this award is Dr. Suzanne Gallant. The Dr. Jim Mitchell Prize. In honor of Dr. Mitchell from Markdale Veterinary Services, the Featherston Charitable Foundation established this award. Faculty members nominate students based on demonstration of compassion and dedication to their equine patients. From among the nominees, their classmates choose the award recipient based on a willingness to mentor others, the ability to work well individually and within a team, self-motivation, and the willingness to accept a challenge. Dr. Jim Mitchell from the class of OVC 1972 presents this award to Dr. Jeremy Shaba. The American College of Veterinary Anesthesiologists Clinical Proficiency Award recognizes a graduate who exemplifies clinical proficiency in anesthesia and pain management. Dr. Carolyn Kerr, who is a professor in anesthesiology and chair of the Department of Clinical Studies, presents this award to Dr. Randy Doe. Dr. Alan Meek, from the class of OVC 1971, a former dean of the Ontario Veterinary College, funded the endowment that supports this next award. The recipient is chosen by OVC faculty as the graduate having best demonstrated leadership and good citizenship during the 4 years of the DVM program, and who is expected to be a leader throughout his or her professional career. The award is presented by the dean and the recipient, Dr. Devon Barnes. Mr. Gus Lagerquist was a great friend to OVC and to the veterinary profession. In honor of his 90th birthday last year, Dr. Stone created the Gus Lagerquist 5V Prize, recognizing him as a World War II veteran who fought for victory and was very valued by the veterinary profession. There we go. This award is presented to a graduate who is selected by their classmates as the student who has worked to build class unity and teamwork, focused on helping others rather than themselves, advocated for OVC within the college and externally, best demonstrated business acumen, and has the desire and ability to advance the veterinary profession. Dr. Stone presents the award to Dr. Vishal Murthy. Class of OVC 1941 presents the Charles Duncan McGilvery Prize in memory of Dr. McGilvery, who was the principal of OVC from 1918 to 1945, who spearheaded the move of OVC from Toronto to Guelph in 1922. Not a popular move at the time from what we read, but for some people. First presented in 1954, this award is given to a graduate who, by the scholarship, leadership, personality, and character, has made a worthy commitment to the college as a DVM student. Dr. Stone presents this award to Dr. Sarah Kramer. Since 1930, the Ontario Veterinary College has annually presented the Andrew Smith Memorial Medal in memory of our founder. The medal is given for exemplary scholastic ability and proficiency in clinical fields, and it is the highest honor bestowed upon a graduate of the college. The Dean, Dr. Stone, presents the Andrew Smith Memorial Medal to Dr. Griselda Lamb. This concludes the awards for our graduating class, and we're now pleased to present awards for staff and faculty members. The Carlton L. Giles OVC Support Staff Excellence Award is available for all staff members in any part of OVC. The person who receives it must exemplify the characteristics of Dr. Giles, a university professor emeritus from the Department of Pathobiology, including being an exemplary role model, creating a positive effect on those around them, being thoughtful and compassionate, having a willingness to accept responsibility that goes beyond their job function, striving always for the highest quality, and being optimistic. Dr. Stone presents this award to Mr. Roman Potersky. I'll tell you a little bit about our staff and faculty recipients. Mr. Potersky came to Canada from Poland 29 years ago. He is a laboratory and research technician in the Department of Biomedical Sciences, where he prepares materials for the first-year DVM veterinary anatomy labs and instructs and assists students in their anatomy laboratory classes. Roman has a Master of Science degree, and my slip in calling him doctor will actually be correct soon because he is imminently going to defend his PhD thesis. Dr. David Hobson, class of OVC 2001 and manager of technology transfer at the Catalyst Center of the university, presents the OVC 2001 Support Staff Award to a member of the OVC community who has gone above and beyond their job description to help in the learning process and to help make OVC a special, enjoyable working and learning environment. The recipient of this award is Mr. Adrian Hollingberry. Mr. Hollingberry enjoyed 15 years in the hotel industry in England, Banff, and Vancouver prior to coming to the University of Guelph in 2003. And he worked in both catering and at Griff Sports Lounge on campus before coming to the OVC cafeteria, where he served as the manager for 8 years. He is the proud dad of 2 boys, and when not at work, spends his winter at ice rinks and his summer on soccer fields. And I think if it can be said that an army marches on its stomach, OVC thinks on its cafeteria. Thank you, Adrian. Dr. Elizabeth Stone presents the K.M. Batnagar Memorial Humanitarian Award for a faculty member who best portrays the attributes of Dr. Batnagar, who was a faculty member in biomedical sciences from 1968 to 1989. The recipient, chosen by the third-year class, should be active in University of Guelph affairs, involved with students as both friend and counselor, and have expressed a genuine concern about students' well-being. This year, the recipient of this award, Dr. Terry O'Sullivan from the Department of Population Medicine. Originally from New Brunswick, Dr. O'Sullivan graduated from OVC with her DVM and then her PhD degrees. After working in mixed animal practice in rural Ontario, she joined the faculty in population medicine in 2013. She currently teaches swine health management in the DVM program, and her research interests include swine emerging diseases. In her spare time, she enjoys playing ice hockey and equestrian sport. The Marielle Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching is given to a veterinarian who has taught students in clinical rotations in the final year of the DVM program and is presented based on the results of a class vote at the end of the year. The criteria for the award are teaching ability, dedication to the discipline, character, and leadership. Dr. Stone and Dr. Fran Rotondo, Technical Service Veterinarian at Marielle Animal Health, present this award to Dr. Cornelia Mosley. Dr. Mosley is a veterinary anesthesiologist who's also certified in veterinary acupuncture. She's taught at the University of North Carolina, Oregon State University, and OVC. Her favorite part of being at the university is the students, and she believes strongly that education is not the learning of facts, but rather the training of the mind to think. After 3 years at OVC, Connie will now pursue her passion for veterinary anesthesia and integrative pain management at a specialty referral clinic, and we wish her very best wishes. The Canadian Veterinary Medical Association is the national body that speaks for veterinarians and our interests. Dr. Michelle Guerin, OVC 1993, Chair of the OVC Awards Committee and the OVC representative on the Council of the CVMA, and Dr. Stone present the CVMA Teacher of the Year Award to a faculty member who has displayed teaching excellence in Phase 2 of the DVM curriculum. This year, the award is presented to Dr. Lynn O'Sullivan. Dr. O'Sullivan received her DVM degree from the Atlantic Veterinary College in 1998. Following graduation, she was a small animal intern and a Doctor of Veterinary Science graduate at OVC, and also did a clinical residency in cardiology. She is board certified in that discipline. She's been on faculty at OVC since 2003 and is currently an associate professor in the Department of Clinical Studies, where she teaches much of the cardiology curriculum. The Ontario Veterinary College Year 68 Award for Teaching Excellence was established by the class of OVC 1968. The recipient is determined by a vote of the graduating class and is given for excellence in clinical teaching. It is presented to a faculty member who has been recognized as being exemplary in their teaching and in supporting and caring for students over their 4 years at OVC. Dr. Stone presents the award to this year's recipient, Dr. Andrew Peregrine, Department of Pathobiology.
Could you ask Devin and Evan to come up so they can be in the picture?
And Dr. Bell and Dr. Barnes, would you join us on stage for the picture? You have to get used to the doctor part. Can we start again? That is one of the most vibrant convocation gowns I have ever seen. Dr. Peregrine received his veterinary degree and PhD for work on blood parasites of cattle in Africa from the University of Glasgow Veterinary School. From 1987 to 1997, he worked at the International Laboratory for Research on Animal Diseases in Kenya. Since 1997, he's been an associate professor in the Department of Pathobiology, where he teaches clinical parasitology to DVM students. He also plays squash, tries to play hockey, and can occasionally, he wrote that, I didn't, and can occasionally be found singing at OVC's annual coffee house. Dr. Elizabeth Stone and Dr. Megan Wambach present the Carl J. Norden Distinguished Teacher Award. The award recognizes an outstanding teacher who, through their ability, dedication, and leadership, contributes significantly to the advancement of the veterinary profession. The recipient is Dr. Byram Bridle, Department of Pathobiology. Dr. Bridle is an assistant professor and viral immunologist in the Department of Pathobiology. He's passionate about cultivating an appreciation for immunology and virology in the next generation of veterinarians and scientists. In 2014, he dramatically revised the immunology component of the DVM program and was also voted the honorary class president for the class of OVC 2017. Byram also teaches immunology, cancer biology, and applied virology at the BSc and graduate levels. Dr. Stone and Dr. Wambach also present the Zoetis Faculty Award for Research Excellence. The award was created to foster innovative research on which the scientific advancement of the profession depends by recognizing outstanding research effort and productivity. It is presented to a member of faculty who is nominated by their peers as an outstanding researcher. This year, the award is presented to Dr. Jeff Caswell, Department of Pathobiology. Dr. Caswell is a veterinary pathologist and professor, and his research focuses on the role of innate immunity and bacterial infections of the lungs of cattle. He's currently looking at regulation of the expression of antimicrobial peptides in health and disease, with the idea of preventing disease by modulating these responses. His research has been made possible by funding from the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada, the beef industry, the pharmaceutical industry, and the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture, Food, and Rural Affairs. This year, a new award was created by the OVC Dean's Office to recognize exceptional devotion and effectiveness of an OVC faculty member who teaches undergraduate students at the University of Guelph. The Dean, Dr. Stone, presents the inaugural OVC Undergraduate Teaching Award to Dr. Lisa Robertson, Department of Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Robertson joined the university as an assistant professor in the Department of Biomedical Sciences in 2013. Before that, she received her bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees from the University of Toronto and held a postdoctoral fellowship at York University. She has had the opportunity to hold a variety of teaching assistantships and sessional lecturing opportunities already in her career, which solidified her passion and dedication to teaching and learning. She now enjoys teaching both Bachelors of Science students and DVM students in embryology, histology, and neuroanatomy. Please join me once more in congratulating all of our award recipients. It's now my great pleasure to reintroduce to you Dr. Vishal Murthy, who has been chosen by his classmates as their valedictorian. Dr. Murthy.
Hi, guys. Give me a second. Respected Dean Stone, dignitaries and honored guests, assistant deans, faculty and staff, friends and families, and my fellow stags. It is an honor to have been selected by my classmates to address everyone here today. I'd like to start off with a few much-deserved thank yous on behalf of the class of 2015. First off, a huge thank you to all of the amazing lecturers, clinicians, residents, interns, and support staff at OVC for the opportunity to have learned from and have worked with you all. Thank you also to all of the animals that were a part of our education in one way or another over the past 4 years. And of course, thank you to everyone who helped us along the way. We especially couldn't have gotten here without you, the mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, grandparents, significant others, good friends and mentors. You are the unsung heroes who supported us, kept us sane, listened to our often gross dinner table conversations, and let us keep the many animals that we brought home, whether we asked you first or not. You helped shape our fundamental values and nurtured our passion for veterinary medicine. So thank you all for being awesome. And speaking of awesome, stags. We made it. As I look out across this room, it actually reminds me of our first day of orientation, doing introductions to Dr. Conlon, discussing our Myers-Briggs results, and getting to know our practice groups. We were so full of excitement and optimism, the same excitement and optimism that I see shining on each and every one's faces here today. We came from various backgrounds and experiences, and together shared in the joys and struggles of veterinary school. We endured a lot together, the long nights and weekends full of studying for endless tests and exams, hours and hours of trimming fascia in the anatomy lab, of course, helped by Roman, of course, the terror and excitement of doing our first spays and neuters in junior surgery, and who can forget the many late, long hours on call, filled with endless mountains of soaps and discharges, all the while, of course, dealing with StringSoft, the most unintuitive computer software known to man. We spent hours worried that we didn't know it all, and still probably don't. We endured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and zoonotic diseases. We worried about our loans, about missing family events, and about being called on in class. Carol, Kathy, did Dr. Peregrine ever get your names right? And just as we shared in our fears, we also shared in our joys, the joys of children, engagements, weddings, and birthdays, the infectious excitement of teddy bear surgery, which we turned into an impressive award-winning display at College Royal, the thrill of winning Challenge Cup, not once, but twice. We partied together, taught OVC a thing or two about class spirit and spirit days, pulled off an amazing play, and raised lots of money for charity. We worked hard. We learned what was normal, what was abnormal, and how to treat disease, no matter the species. We defeated the monster that is pod, tried to keep a straight face through Dr. Gartley's theory lectures, waded through the endless torrent of medicine and surgery, and finally, even conquered the NABLE. We learned a lot. My brain still hurts when I think about Dr. Stempley's gamblegrams. We learned tons of facts, honed our clinical skills, and encouraged each other to reach our full potentials. Without even knowing it, we grew into good doctors, even when we don't have a clinician looking over our shoulders. And through it all, over these past 4 years, we forged friendships that will last a lifetime. Look around you. These are the friends who will be there to support you after your first euthanasia. Friends who will be the future unofficial aunts and uncles to your kids, whether they have 2 legs or 4. Friends that you can turn to when you're stumped by a tough case, like that darn neurological dog that you just can't get a hold of. It's okay, I've got your back. So stags, join me in taking a second to really savor this moment. It may be the end of one journey, but it is the start of a new adventure. And remember, you'll always be a stag. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal. It's an honor greatly deserved. I'd now like to ask the class co-presidents, Drs. Barnes and Bell, to make presentations to the class's honorary class presidents, Dr. Stephanie Nykamp, Dr. Shigeto Yamashiro, and Ms. Susan Kinsella, and give them each the opportunity to say a few words to the class.
Let's go. Well, we're all here today to celebrate the successful end of our OVC chapter and the start of our next one. Today is also a time for us to thank those who've helped us along the way. From lectures to labs, club events and socials, and even those times where all we needed was someone to vent to. The endless ranks of people we need to thank for getting us there is endless. And we like to thank them for getting us out the other end with even the tiniest shred of sanity.
And while we could take hours going through the whole list, and we truly would if we could, There's a small group of educators we would now like to thank individually for their efforts and exceptional support throughout our schooling.
Dr. Shigeru Yamashiro, histology may not be the easiest course offered at the OVC, but your enthusiasm for the subject and dedication to helping us learn the subject material, as well as a great deal about baseball, has been greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Dr. Stephanie Nykamp. Dr. Nykamp came to us during radiology early in our DVM curriculum, back when we thought x-rays were pretty much black and white. We've since then learned that there are about 50 shades of gray in there sometimes. She has since advanced to Associate Dean of Clinical Programs, but her new position has not dampened the effect she has had on students. Both directly and indirectly, it seems to have strengthened and broadened the effect she has on student life, especially within the hospital.
Ms. Sue Kinsella. We first met Sue during our third-year junior surgery, and she's made a lasting impression on all of us. Incredibly approachable, a great singer, and a hard worker, she's donated much of her personal time to ensuring students have additional access to surgical resources. She's loved throughout the class and stands up for students' learning whenever challenged. She has as much a SAG as any other one of us. Thank you, Sue.
These three individuals have been voted each year as one of our honorary class presidents because of their dedication to going above and beyond their job description. They have invested personal time to our class, being someone we can approach with concerns and challenges, and have otherwise displayed the ideals that define us, the Scarlet Stags, as a class.
We'd like to thank you and join us in thanking each one of these one more time for all their help and dedication.
Congratulations, Stephanie, Shigeru, and Sue, and thank you very much for all you've done. I'd like to, at this point, sincerely thank the team of people who've worked so hard to ensure that this day and these celebrations are the highlight of the academic year at OVC. They include Elizabeth Lowinger, Caroline Higgins, Lily Arpa, Lynn Rummig, Monica Bertolo, Carly O'Brien, Stephanie Sharp, Jane Dawkins, our photographer, Grant Martin, our videographer, Kevin Hogg, and Claire Alexander from the President's Office. Please join me in sincerely thanking all of them. Now, if I might say a few words in closing, personal words to the class. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier as your daughter's, sons, brothers, sisters, spouses, partners, or friend's name was read aloud by the dean, and he or she was admitted to the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, I'm sure many memories flooded back to you of the day that person entered your life through birth or love or friendship, memories of the ups and downs, the laughters and tears, the meetings and partings, hopes and dreams that you've shared with them since then. One of those memories will be perhaps the first time you heard your graduate say they wanted to be an animal doctor. Although it is certainly one of the most popular career choices of the elementary school set, and in fact, 4 years ago, more than a third of this class told us that they had decided to be a veterinarian by the age of 10. These folks in OVC 2015 didn't make it just their grade 5 career goal, they made it their life goal. So although we pretty much all pass through that stage of life where animals are comforting early companions, for some of us that animal attachment seems to stick more strongly and persistently than for others. Almost everybody loves animals, but far fewer decide that they want to have a career where they also want to get along with them, and more importantly, with the people who accompany them. Perhaps we all connect with animals early in life because among the first playthings for babies are animal-shaped toys. And of course, many alphabet books use animal examples to illustrate the letters. And animal idioms enrich our language. Have you ever said, "Mom, that cell phone you're using is a real dinosaur"? I sent the payment by snail mail. The goalie was the goat when the team lost. Or, okay, don't have a cow. Perhaps you have chickened out, clammed up, or made a mountain out of a molehill at some point. So when so many people are exposed to animals throughout their lives and don't become veterinarians, why are you different, OVC 2015? Why did you decide that you wanted to spend your career interacting with them in some form or other? To help answer that question, perhaps we can turn the clock back to early 2011, when several hundred people, including you, the then future members of the class, were sitting down and staring hard at a blank page on your computer screen. Blank, that is, except for one line of the DVM application form. One line that said, "Explain why you wish to be a veterinarian. Please respond in essay form." Or for our international students, discuss briefly the development of your interest in veterinary medicine. But let me talk a bit about that first question. Explain why you wish to be a veterinarian. In other words, sum up your whole life to that point using not more than the allowed half page, but potentially using the smallest font, narrowest margins, and tightest spacing that you thought you could get away with. And convince the admission committee that you deserve to have one of the spots available at OVC in September of that year. For guidance, maybe you went around to those you trust, the people who are here with you today, and asked their advice. And perhaps you went to others who sadly are not here now, but who you can rest assured knew that you would succeed in reaching your goal. Then you started typing, and gradually you saw forming the words that said in a way who you were. Perhaps it didn't come easily, but after hours, days, maybe weeks, you finally were satisfied. It might have been version 3, 23, or 53, but you'd finished. You printed it, made 4 copies, put them in an envelope addressed to Admission Services, University of Guelph, Guelph, Ontario, N1G2W1. You dropped it in the mail, or perhaps knowing you as I do, you sent it by courier, or knowing you better as I do, you drove to Guelph and handed it in personally, just in case. So what did you write in response to that question? So that we can all better understand the experiences in your lives that led you to becoming veterinarians, I'd like to share a few anonymous excerpts of your responses to that question that highlight some common threads. For many of you, there were significant early influences. For example, my interest in animals has grown as a result of my spending most of my life in a rural setting. Since the age of 2, I explored the diverse wildlife in the ravine and stream behind my backyard. There's absolutely no mention of adult supervision. And in a reversal of the nocturnal superhero role, even as a child, I desired to rescue animals in distress. By night, I was a mild-mannered girl, but by day, I roamed the streets, aiding insects that had fallen into puddles, and moving slugs from the sidewalk to the safety of the shade. I wonder if a cape was involved. Perhaps not unexpectedly, not everyone in your lives always understood your career aspirations. For example, when I tell people that my current goal is to become a doctor of veterinary medicine, they say everything from, "What is that?" to, "I hear it's a lot of work," to, "I hope you survive all the tests." You did. And, "You must not like working with people." How wrong that was. And although the people you are here with today are now amongst your biggest supporters, it was not always so. As a child, I was never allowed to have pets, even though I would drag my family into every pet store, hoping I could sway them. When I was finally old enough to assume responsibility, my mother brought home 2 turtles. And to my parents' dismay, instead of the glass fish bowl they expected me to buy, I spent all my savings on a 50-gallon tank with filtration, heating, and a basking platform. It wasn't all glamour. Wishing to explore the world of exotic animals, I spent one summer working in the elephant barn at African Lion Safari. Unsure of what to expect, I found myself thriving under the long hours and the grueling physical labor, which often included me holding a bucket under an elephant as it urinated. I have no idea. And in a rather poignant summary, I cannot help but feel compelled to begin this essay by acknowledging the use of the word wish in the request. Becoming a veterinarian is much more than just the career path I've chosen to pursue. Being able to commit my life to work that is not only incredibly challenging and rewarding, but also for which I have a passion, can hardly be described as anything other than a wish come true. Ah. In closing, you'll recall Scarlet Stags, as Vishal mentioned, the first time we met. It was in room 1714 on Labor Day Monday, September 5th, 2011. On the screen was a PowerPoint slide that said, "Welcome, OVC 2015." And then I showed you the next line on that slide that said, "So I got in. What happens now?" Well, now you know. I imagine in many ways it has been as you thought it would, and in other ways completely unimaginable. And I think from this point forward, you might find that too. We know that we've readied you to do great things and to do even the small things in a great way. Wherever your path takes you from here, on behalf of all of us, I wish you every personal and professional success in the years ahead. Remember us. We will always remember you. Thank you. This brings our ceremony to a close. A reminder that there will be a reception in Creelman Hall for all of you to enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.